Isoelectric focusing is the first step in 2D electrophoresis and is easily performed by using the ZOOM IPG runner system. IEF is the process of separating proteins by their isoelectric point, or PI. This is accomplished by applying a protein sample to an immobilized pH gradient strip, or IPG strip. ZOOM IPG strips contain a thin layer of polyacrylamide which contains a fixed pH gradient. During electrophoresis, proteins in a sample separate in a pH gradient until they reach their isoelectric point. This is the pH at which the proteins have a net neutral charge. To begin, mix protein samples with sample rehydration buffer. This buffer, containing ZOOM carrier ampholytes, urea, DTT, and detergents, denatures and solubilizes the sample proteins for isoelectric focusing. Remove the ZOOM IPG runner cassette from its pouch with sample loading wells facing up. Load sample rehydration buffer pre-mixed with protein sample to the enclosed channels. There's no need to add buffer to channels that will not be used. Remove the ZOOM IPG strips from the foil pouch. Each strip contains a gel that has been cast on a pre-labeled film backing. Holding the basic end of the ZOOM IPG strip, indicated by a negative sign, gel side up, label side down, guide the acidic end of the strip into the channels at the curved end of the ZOOM IPG runner cassette. After loading the ZOOM IPG strips, seal both sample loading wells with the sealing tape provided in the kit. Incubate the ZOOM IPG strips in the ZOOM IPG runner cassette for 8 to 16 hours at room temperature. After incubation, peel off the sample wells. A thin layer of adhesive from the sample well will remain on the cassette. Cover the sample well area with the electrode wick. Notice the black alignment markings that help to properly align the wicks. Evenly apply 750 microliters of deionized water to each of the electrode wicks. Blot off any excess liquid with filter paper or laboratory tissue. The electrode wicks should be damp but not wet. To assemble the ZOOM IPG runner, you will need the ZOOM IPG runner lid, ZOOM IPG runner cassette, buffer dam, ZOOM runner core, gel tension wedge, and buffer chamber. Slide the IPG runner cassette into position against the IPG runner core, making sure to place the alignment ribs of the cassette into the groove of the buffer core. This will ensure proper contact between the electrode wicks and the electrodes of the IPG runner core. If running only one cassette, use the buffer dam in place of a second cassette. Slide the ZOOM IPG runner cassette and core sandwich into the mini-cell chamber of the ZOOM IPG runner. Insert the gel tension wedge in the unlocked position into the ZOOM IPG runner. Pull the gel tension lever toward the front of the ZOOM IPG runner to lock into place. Fill the outer buffer chamber with 700 milliliters of deionized water. Do not put any water in the inner chamber. Place the lid onto the ZOOM IPG runner. Plug the electrodes into the power supply. Then turn on the power supply. Isoelectric focusing for the ZOOM strips requires a power supply capable of operating at very low current and high voltage. Start the IEF run by increasing the voltage gradually. Maintain the final focusing voltage for 1 to 2 hours. When the IEF run is complete, turn off the power supply. Remove the lid and pour the water from the lower buffer chamber. Unlock the gel tension wedge. Pull out the ZOOM IPG runner core and cassette sandwich assembly. The entire cassette can be stored in a sealed container at -80 degrees until ready to use, or proceed directly to the second dimension.